Okay, YouTube, I've got a new part of my garden here. I needed some more winter garden space, and the backyard seems to get kind of high with water, so I've made this new bed in this higher area here. Now I've got these strings in here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shovel and I'm going to take the dirt and I'm going to pile it on either side here. So what I'll do is I'll end up with 3 raised beds. And over here is my squash garden. I've got some in the front and some in the back, but this is, I guess, the front. And my melons. And so when they die off, I'm going to take all this area and I'm going to clean it up, get rid of the weeds, and I'll get ready for planting on some new items in the spring. Over here I've got my strawberries. These are the strawberries my dad kind of weeded out, and they're doing real good. These strawberries are just thick, these plants, and I've got some berries growing in here. You see down in here, and I would imagine with the cold weather they're going to kind of go by the wayside, and I'll have to trim them back down. But I tell you, in the spring I'm going to be having lots of strawberries, and I'm really happy about that. It's taken one season for these plants to start really developing good roots, but come springtime we're going to have lots and lots of strawberries, nice big ones too. Alright, that's a little quick video of this part of the garden and what I'm doing. My raised beds, I'll take a picture later on once I get it dug out and getting ready for planting. Alright, bye YouTubers. Alright YouTube, this is my raised beds in production here. I'll give you a glimpse right now. I'll take a few shots and put them all together, make one video out of them. Well, that's where I'm at right now. Bye. Alright YouTubers, I'm back. Alright, I've got my little walkways dug out, and I put the soil over on the sides on the top of my beds. So now what I've got to do is I got to dress up the beds, and then I'll come back to you and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Bye bye. Alright YouTubers, I'm back at my raised beds. Now I've kind of dressed up the beds a bit. I got them leveled off and I got them raked out. And where I walk, the little areas where I walk, I cleaned them up pretty good. There's a few pieces of dirt in there, but that's alright, they'll get mashed down. I wanted to show you how I did this measuring. And all I did was I just tilled up an area. I just grabbed it and eyeballed it, and I did what I could with it. And then I laid down my tape, and then I measured it out. And I came down here to approximately 9 feet. So I kind of did some quick calculating in my brain, and I figured the best use of my land here was to have a bed on the outside on each end and then one in the middle. So I had 2 walkways I had to dig out. So I had to figure out the maximum space I could get for my raised beds. And I figured if I put a minimum of 1.5 foot in between the 2 beds, so here we go. This is the end of that bed, so it's roughly a 2-foot bed, and then I've got 1.5 feet to the next stake, so that'll be my walkway 1. So you can see here I've ended at the 6. Carry it on over here to the next 6, so that's a 2-foot bed. And then I have another 1.5 foot, so here's at 7. And then 2 foot down here to the end, so that's roughly my 9. Now, I don't like having them quite so narrow a walkway. I like at least a 2-foot walkway if I can get it. And I like the bed at least 3 foot. But I didn't have the room here, so when I go to plant, especially right here in the middle, I'm going to make sure that whatever I plant there isn't a real bushy item. Something that grows more straight up. And then I got some more sloppy room here on the ends where I can have something that, if it grows wider, maybe I can plant more to the edge of the, the outside edge of the row, and then it can slop over a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. I got to take a look at my seeds that I'm going to plant. This is winter garden, so I've got to do it a little differently than I would on the summer, or the spring or summer. So anyway, I'm going to take down my lines now, and then I'm going to take another quick shot of it so you can see it all dressed out. I'll probably clean out the walkway a little bit more, and then I'll put these little videos together and make one. Alright, bye bye YouTube. Alright YouTube, I've got the beds finished here. Got them spruced up, cleaned up, got the lines gone. Here's what they look like. In fact, let me get from ground level. You can kind of see sides of the walls. And it's basically ready to go. I've got the soil damp enough I could put seeds in. I got the ground pretty wet. I have to have it wet enough that the ground will stick together, but not that it'll. This is kind of clay here, so I don't want it to bind together. It gets messy. So I watered it just the right amount, and here's what I ended up with. So now I got to go figure out what seeds I'm going to put where, and I got to get them planted. I want some germination going here pretty soon. In a week to 10 days, I want to be able to see some things growing. Alright, bye YouTube. Okay YouTube, now this is what I use to till up the ground for my raised bed area. It's a rototiller, Troy-bilt. It's called the Horse. So I didn't just dig in the ground and make my raised beds. I had to prepare the ground first. There's the tines. And so that's it. You need to prepare your ground first, get it soft, get it loosened up. That way you can use the shovel and dig out your place for walking. And then build up your beds. Alright, bye YouTube. Alright YouTube, finally done with my raised bed. I've just finished watering it, so I've watered the entire garden and ended up here. So this is what it looks like. I've given it its first little sprinkles, and what I want to do with that is just I'll maybe get the top 1/4 inch damp, get the seeds a little wet, and start building a crust on the top of these raised beds. I don't want the sides caving in, so I have to water lightly for a while. I've got these poles. These are galvanized pipe right here. You can see I've got them along here too. Got them all along. The reason why I have those there is so when I go down the rows, that my hose doesn't hurt any of the plants, and it's nice and smooth, so these things don't hurt the hose either. Well, anyway, that's the end of my story. I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye bye YouTube.